Welcome back, everyone. Estimates from the CDC show about 1 in 31 children around the age of 8 identify with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, and it's 3 times more common in boys than girls. The CW is so honored to be airing an autism special featuring News Nation's own Leland Vittert and his new book, Born Lucky. I have it right here, everybody. The special looks at how autism shaped his own journey and how his father inspired him and helped him to navigate this world. And we are so honored to have Leland joining us right now this morning live from Washington, D.C. Once of all, for those people who don't know, his book is now on store shelves, started September. And congratulations on that, Leland. But first of all, tell us a little bit more about your parents and how I understand they actually never told anyone about your autism diagnosis. Tell us more about that and why you decided to write the book.
That's a great question. They didn't want me to be defined by a diagnosis. At the same time, they didn't want me to ever be able to use it as an excuse. So the Born Lucky story is the story of my father adapting me to the world, starting when I was about 5 years old, rather than the world to me. So it's about kindergarten, first grade, and my parents are told that they need to have me evaluated. So my parents take me one of those little medical office buildings, ship me off to be tested with this woman. They're sitting there in the waiting room, linoleum floors, old magazines, stale coffee. The woman comes back and says to my parents, it's very difficult to understand what's going on inside his head, meaning mine. So really terrible behavioral issues. Couldn't relate to kids my own age, had sensory issues about what kind of clothes I wore and socks, that kind of stuff. They measured my IQ, a 20-point spread between the two halves of an IQ test is a learning disability. I had the parlance of the day, mentally retarded in some ways to genius in others, but terrible learning issues. And the woman said to my dad, there's not much you can do. My dad goes, is there anything? And she says, generally not. So Born Lucky, the book that is available now anywhere you get your books, and then obviously this special tonight at 8 o'clock, is to give parents hope that my parents didn't have. And it's not just autism, it's ADHD, it's anxiety, it's bullying. These are lessons for every parent of a kid having a hard time, to show parents the power they have and the agency they have that the experts just don't talk about.
I love that you mentioned that it's going not just on autism, but past that, because I have friends who have children who have autism as well. One who is nonverbal till the age of 5, and she's only 6 years old. So something like this is really powerful. So on top of that, you also talk about your dad so much about this, and it's so beautiful to see your words on paper talking about him. He was not just your strength, but it was kind of like it's like a love letter to him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And Dad realized that I wasn't going to be good at school. I wasn't going to have friends my own age. And I certainly wasn't going to be good at athletics because I was so uncoordinated. So he began at an early age trying to figure out ways that I could earn self-esteem. In his words, self-esteem is earned, not given. So starting when I was about 6 years old, he had me doing 200 push-ups a day. 5 days a week. And I write in Born Lucky about how important that was, right? To teach me that hard work equaled accomplishment, and that accomplishment was something worth being proud of. And Dad also realized that I was going to, he was going to be my only friend. I didn't have any friends. So he would be at home every single day waiting for me when I got home from school, including in 8th grade. We tell this story in Born Lucky where I'm coming home after school and I had been in art class, and the art teacher in front of the entire class, paintings on the walls, everything else, pottery or whatever, he didn't think I was going to become Picasso. And he looked at me in front of the entire class and said, Vittert, if my dog was as ugly as you, I'd shave its bleep and make it walk backwards. I came home that night, as I did most nights, humiliated, crushed, broken. And my dad would spend about 4 hours putting me back together. And I didn't realize this until we started working on the book, that he would then leave my room after I'd cried myself to sleep or whatever, and go down, sit in the living room by himself in the dark and start crying. And my mom would come out and find him later that night or early the next morning, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And the issue I think that's most important here is that the next morning he would take me back to school. So this isn't a story of a parent making life easy. This is a story of a parent, my father and my mother, holding my hand through the adversity of life and teaching me that adversity really is a friend.
It is, and also just using techniques that even he developed that are now, I mean, doctors often use just that reoccurrence of reminding the child that it's okay in the repetition, and he showed you love, and that's the beautiful thing behind this. And Leland, I want to thank you so much for sharing this. I know it's an emotional story, but what you're doing is opening the door for so many other families and kids, and I want to thank you for that. I already know what I'm putting on my Christmas list for some of my friends. This book, especially those who have autism, is really going to help them, and I really want to thank you for that. And to let everybody know, News Nation special titled "Born Lucky" with Leland Vittert and Bill O'Reilly is tonight, 8 o'clock, right here on CW39. And Leland, one last thing you want to say? Anything?
Oh, I think really what we've seen, this outpouring of interest in the book. You know, I'm a television anchor, so are you. It's a narcissistic profession. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything to do with me, and I realize that, and it makes me so happy. I had a mother who came up to me a couple of days ago whose kid had a nut allergy, and said, you know, boy, this gives me so much hope that I can adapt my son and help him get over his nut allergy rather than just adapt the world to him. So I think this has so many lessons so far beyond just autism. And as you point out, there's so many parents who need this shot in the arm and this proof of how much they can do.
Well, Leland, I want to also thank you so much once again, and hopefully the little boy in you is now very proud of the man that you've become to help other kids and other families out there. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we've got a lot more straight ahead on H-Town Morning News after this.